Clark, I think we're lost.
We're not lost. Ellen, will you please let me do the driving?
I honestly don't think you're gonna find the Grand Canyon on this road.
Jesus, it's only the biggest goddamn hole in the world.
Clark, watch your language.
Make that the second biggest.
Audrey, when they close the road, they put up big signs, like this one.
Better check under the hood.
Audrey, gather up all the clothes and put them in a pile. Rusty, find the first aid kit, then get the suitcases and bring...
Hey, Dad, you must have jumped this thing about 50 yards.
That's nothing to be proud of, Rusty. Yards.
What is up, YouTube? Man, that's one huge roundabout, one of the biggest I've ever seen. Pretty cool taking this little trip. It's been a while since I've done a road trip of this magnitude, just over 4,000 miles. Pretty cool trip. 2-time speed here through Newton, Kansas on Main Street. We stayed here in Kansas for about 4 days. Then we went down to Arkansas in the backwoods for a minute, and then down to Little Rock area, and then down to Hot Springs area for a few days. So round trip, just over 4,000 miles back to California from there. So this is all the video just from cell phone footage driving. I'll leave out all the personal meetups with family and friends, maybe do another video for them, and keep it unlisted, not to share too much, you know. But anyway, took the drive, had a great time in Kansas. Then we went down to Arkansas through Missouri so we could visit family up north in Arkansas. So that was cool. I've never drove through Missouri before. Yeah, just a great little trip. Stayed under our gas budget just barely. Of course, we averaged really high on our prices, so that kind of helped out. And we've been saving for this trip since before COVID. So anyway, had a great time. Saw a couple cool things out there. Probably didn't capture the coolest things out there, but just editing all the cell phone footage. Most of the border crossings I think we got on cell phone, but mainly just the drive itself, not meeting up, not where we went and did anything cool. Just to keep it simple, I'll just throw in some music. I do have all the dash cam footage from Tulsa, Oklahoma, all the way to California, that if I can figure out how to get it downloaded and edited, I might throw together another, time-lapse drive video or something with music. But anyway, had a good time, met a couple of friends out there, some great dogs, some great people. Anyway, let's roll in the rest of this trip and get on with the holiday road. Get out of Missouri. All right, some Black Sabbath, the later years with Ozzy Osbourne. Their music was changing quite a bit, so a lot of that stuff doesn't get a lot of airplay. Not my favorite song necessarily, but I like to hear some of that old stuff I haven't heard in a while. Anyway, got out of the backwoods of Arkansas, still scratching some chiggers to this day, but then got to the father-in-law's house and he gave me a pair of coveralls, and I think that's when everything really started to change. I felt like an Arkie. You know, people looking at me everywhere, but there's a couple downsides to the bib overalls, and I'll talk about in a later video, or maybe this one, I'm not sure. So anyway, I tried out the bib overalls pockets to hold the cell phone camera while I was riding a fat tire bike. So with a little adjustments, I think that could work out really well as a video pocket, you know, for the bib overalls. Loving how much tools I can hold in it, and my crack of my ass never shows. So I'll be showing off some coveralls later. Really liking them. So anyway, took a cruise in the 57 out in Little Rock area and had some great Mexican food out there, which surprised me because it's Arkansas. It beat most of the California Mexican food I've eaten. So anyway, after that we made it out to Hot Springs, visited with my family, had a really great time there. Didn't do a whole lot of touristy stuff because I've done that when I was a kid and I did that as a young adult, so really wanted to stay away from that and just visited with family, played some games, went out to eat, you know, all that good stuff. So anyway, let's get back on the cruise home. I got all the border crossings. Pretty boring from here on out, but I'll try to get some more copyright infringements and play the songs we liked while we were driving and edit them in. The longer version, not the whole song probably, but first song up is Iron Maiden, Wasted Years. If you haven't heard that one in years, you gotta listen to it. So love hearing some of the old songs on the satellite radio. Anyway, let's get to cruising.
But sometimes do.
some Iron Maiden through Texas and into New Mexico. And we actually stayed in Tucumcari twice at the same Best Western, and we got the same room once when we were going, and then on our return trip back. So, all right, a little bit left through the rest of New Mexico, Arizona, and then California. Here we go. Let's play some Slipknot on this one.
I'll never kill myself to save my soul. I was young, but I was out of love. I didn't come this far to sing solo. I'm finally holding on to letting go. Indecision, overload. Keep a buckle on the devil in your eyes.
Some Slipknot, and heading through Arizona, we saw this little knife store, I think in Sunny Valley, called the Knife City, and stopped by there and bought 2 buck knives, 2 buck ground combat knives, and then we stayed in Kingman, Arizona, and then we just had about a 7-hour drive into where we live from there into California the next day. So anyway, heard some cool music along the way. New Ozzy tune dropped on the way, which was Patient Number 9, and Megadeth came out with a new one, which Megadeth's new one, frickin' that guitar is rocking. So I'm going to drop the last little part of the song here, Megadeth, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Safe travels, head on a swivel. Later.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Where's Edna?
She's in the car.
Good. Come on, kids. Get your butts in the car. Go.
Don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
Great.